Sinking driveway, settling patio, collapsing stoop, uneven pool deck. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS.
This is the morning edition of the Daily Weather Briefing video. This is for Wednesday, the 21st of September. I'm James Spann. 21st night of September. Do you remember? We've got the tropics, obviously. That's the topic. Things have certainly become active there. Around here, summer-like heat today and tomorrow. But the good news, we see a nice shot of cooler air on Friday, just in time for the weekend. This is the upper air pattern this morning. Big old upper high anchored all across the southern states. That's responsible for this summer-like heat. And again, that's going to keep mostly dry conditions across the state through tomorrow. Actually had couple of isolated storms over East Alabama yesterday, but I think most of Alabama should be dry today. Although, we do note we have a couple of very small showers over Baldwin County early this morning, south of Interstate 10, but that's about it. Temperatures are in the 60s over North and East Alabama, 70s elsewhere. We're expecting mid-90s today. The record high for Birmingham for this date is 98, set in 2010. Don't think we beat that, but we'll be up there for sure, about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. There's the watch warning map across the nation early this morning, and you can see we have flash flood watches in effect for parts of the southwest United States. Otherwise, things are fairly quiet. Here's the severe weather outlook for today. You can see we have risks of severe storms across parts of the Intermountain West and also from near Indianapolis up into parts of New England. This is tomorrow, a marginal risk on the mid-Atlantic coast, and pretty much the same situation on day 3, which is Friday. Rain for the next 7 days. Not a lot here, but we might see a little bit late Sunday night with a front, but the latest guidance coming in very unimpressive for rain with that. I'm afraid it's not going to mean that much. In some places, we'll get nothing as this dry pattern continues. But obviously, we'll spend some time on the tropics this morning. After a very quiet period, things are heating up. We have Hurricane Fiona, which is now, by the way, a Category 4. Tropical Storm Gaston up in the North Atlantic. We have Invest 98L approaching the Windward Islands. One wave in the East Atlantic, one wave about to come off the coast of Africa. First off, Fiona, this is a major Category 4 hurricane with winds of 130 miles an hour. That'll be passing near Bermuda late tomorrow night, early Friday morning. Looks like the center will pass a little west of the island, but still there is looks like a tropical storm watch in effect for Bermuda at this point. It's going to wind up becoming post-tropical across the Canadian Maritimes this weekend. That new one out there, Gaston, that's going to do the hokey pokey in the middle of nowhere. That's no threat to really anybody. And here's the 5-day outlook. So, again, we've got those 3 waves across the Atlantic. 98L is the one we're concerned about, the one that will be coming across the Windward Islands. The other 2 out there, I don't think they'll be an issue for us, so we'll focus on 98L. Invest 98. This is the ATCF set, and you can see this will likely come right across the Caribbean over the open water, and a pretty good chance this becomes a tropical storm soon. The name will be Hermine, maybe a hurricane within 4 or 5 days. Let's look at the ensembles coming off the global models. First off, this is the GFS, and you can see most of the ensemble members want to bend this northward. And, of course, the question is, where does that happen? And again, you know what I'm going to say here. We don't know the final destination. We don't know the final intensity of this. There's going to be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth over this for coastal residents, which is understandable after Michael and Sally and some of these hurricanes over the last decade or so. This is the European ensemble, and this is the probabilistic outlook from the European ensemble. And again, it's giving us a pretty clear signal this will be making that northward turn east of Alabama. And you can see the European is suggesting this would be maybe a problem for the peninsula of Florida, not the panhandle, but the peninsula. But again, I stress we just don't know. It's too early to call. I think we can begin to safely say that if you're on the Texas coast, this probably won't bother you. Probably the Louisiana coast, this probably won't bother you. But again, everybody from Dauphin Island on east will have to keep a close eye on this. This is the intensity guidance off the ATCF set, and most models bring it up to hurricane strength. But again, it's too early to call. I wish I could tell you here on the 21st of September where this thing's going to be at the end of next week. And if it does affect the Gulf Coast, it would be toward the end of next week, Thursday, Friday of next week. That's 8 to 9 days out. But again, there is no skill set in forecasting the placement or the intensity of a tropical cyclone beyond 7 days. None. And you'll see all the deterministic stuff plastered over the face bag and the tweeter and the gram and the talk and all this. But and I'll show you the deterministic here. I mean, people that watch these videos understand the limitations, but we just don't know yet. So having said all that, let's go to the GFS. OZ run today at 4 o'clock. Upper high, hot, dry today. Highs up in the 90s. This is tomorrow. A dry front will be coming through here late in the day. I still think we see at least low 90s in advance of the front, and showers are very unlikely. Could there be a little isolated shower? Yes, but most places will be dry. And then Friday, a different kind of day. The high will drop to near 80. It will be a refreshing kind of day. Friday morning, many spots will start the day in the 50s. That fall feel will be back. A great night for high school football games Friday night. Cool and refreshing. This is Saturday, a sunny day as the weekend begins. And again, we're going to start the day in the 50s in many places. It's going to be great. The high will be in the low to mid 80s. Low humidity, just great. So Sunday, here comes our front. And again, with this one, yes, there could be a few showers. Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, but probably not many. Moisture limited, very limited. But a few folks might get the dust settled, maybe. The high Sunday will be in the low 80s with a mix of sun and clouds. And then Monday, another shot of cooler air drops in. The high will be around 80. And much of next week at this point looks dry and pleasant. This is Tuesday. And a week from today, this is Wednesday, September 28th. Of course, the idea is going to be to watch the tropics. And there is a chance there could be a hurricane or a tropical storm in the Gulf. Reasonable chance. Let's go out 10 days. This is the end of next week, Friday, the 30th. And again, this is deterministic output. And again, you look over here and you can see that the GFS is suggesting a tropical system could be inland over southwest Georgia. The European showing a tropical system inland on the Virginia-North Carolina border. But I just will say the trend is for the idea at this point, just a trend is for the system to be east of Alabama, which keeps Alabama on the dry side. But that is certainly not locked in stone. But again, I just, let me go back to the European ensemble probabilistic outlook, which I think is the best graphic to use. And again, it just seems like the greater concern would be the peninsula, not the panhandle, but the peninsula of Florida at this point. But that certainly could change. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. A big spread out there because of the tropical uncertainties, but the mean is about 1 inch between now and the 6th of October. Highs stay in the 90s today and tomorrow. Then look at the drop on Friday, the high dropping to 82, and next week looks great. Highs 77 to 80, lows in the 50s. That's some fall weather. And the latest 8 to 14 day guidance in the house. This is for September 28th through October 4th. Temperatures around here pretty close to average if this forecast works out. So a lot of people look south for those in North Alabama and saw that yesterday. What is that? That was that one lone isolated storm that flared up around Alexander City and Lake Martin. And that did produce some wind damage, by the way. A few trees were blown down by that thing. But it was about 40,000, 45,000 feet tall, and it could be seen from a long distance away as the sun was going down. And those big cumulonimbus towers can be pretty majestic, if you will. And that's what that thing looked like. And, of course, underneath that, few folks had the big downpour. But that was very, very isolated. And, man, these hummingbirds are everywhere. They're on the journey south, fueling up. This was a flock of the hummingbirds that was in Hoover yesterday. They will be gone soon, as it's that time of the year where they are on their journey to the south. So that's going to do it for the morning edition of the weather briefing video. We'll have notes over on the blog, alabamawx.com. Speaking today at Ardent Preschool. Got the little guys today. And, you know, they could be pretty good listeners in Tattersall Park. Tomorrow going to Gordo Elementary School, Pickens County. Friday, got a big homeschool group in Trussville. And don't forget our book signing this Saturday is on the Walk of Champions on the University of Alabama campus at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's on the north side of the stadium. We'll be out there between 1 and 4. It's going to be a beautiful day. 1 and 4:30 on Saturday. So, and you don't have to go in the stadium or have a ticket. Just come by and see us if you're there. We have so much fun at those, and they're great. So that's it. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Cracks in brick? Cracks in block? Call Alabama Professional Services. Leaning or bowing basement walls? Call APS. Sticking windows or doors? Call APS. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call APS. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS. Call Alabama Professional Services today.